P2B is better than Atiku. And the reason is because P2B was in a position to take executive decisions, and Atiku has never been. So that's settled. When you talk about Tinubu, you just say former governor. He has not held any other post except former governor. Good. He was there for 8 years. P2B was governor for 8 years. So when you talk about capacity, to be very respectful to these gentlemen, they are men of desperation. They are not men of destination. At 80 years, what can they offer?
Nigerians, those who were hired by the kingdom of darkness to attack the person of P2B today are the same people that was once speaking the truth about the same man, P2B.
People in Nigeria, their minds are made up. It's like you're going to obedient people and you are trying to blackmail Peter Obi. And you are singing hip hop, it will not move them.
As far as I'm concerned, I would prefer to have the best president, the best president of Nigerian origin. And if you ask me, if you're going to ask me who do I think will make the best president, I would say, and it's going to upset a lot of people, but I would say Peter Obi. Peter Obi would be an absolutely fabulous president. If Peter Obi were president of Nigeria, Nigeria would be like Dubai in a matter of years.
But in spite of this, the ogapatapata of their stupidity and gullibility is Kenneth Okonkwo. Now he carry the gold medal.
About P2B's 7-point agenda. 1, securing and uniting Nigeria. 2, effective legal and institutional reforms. 3, production-centered growth for food security. 4, leapfrogging Nigeria out of oil dependency to the 4th industrial revolution. 5, human capital development for effective competitiveness. 6, expanding physical infrastructure through market-driven reforms. 7, robust foreign policy that will restore Nigerians' strategic relevance in international community. In all these things, they are the things he did and he had done as the governor of Anambra State. Recall, when he was in Anambra State, insecurity was so removed that the IG of police then, Mohammed, said within 5 years of Obi regime, no successful bank robbery took place. None. It's on record. The kidnapper, Evans, ran away from Anambra State. And he said Obi security tactic chased him away. Obi was the first person who started demolishing any home that is owned by kidnappers. And you know what? He said he is going to implement this thing through 3-level policing: federal, state, and community. He used the community vigilante. He was one of the governors that did it. Obi inherited via Chi, the first governor of Anambra State PDP. He was the only governor in PDP that was not returned because of his maladministration. Chinwoke didn't do. So Gige had a stopgap, and after that, Obi came in. So he inherited terrible Anambra State that was coming last in WAEC through human capital development. Within 2 years, Anambra State started coming first in WAEC. So can you imagine? We had APC that inherited foreign currency, and they are now coming last in the world. I said they have failed us 735% of the time. Then Obi inherited an educational system that was last and catapulted it to second. So first, within 2-3 years.
And I'd like to ask you this. So those who will question, because the capacity of Mr. Peter Obi, if you put him on the same pedestal with some of his opponents or some of his fellow contestants in the race, for example, look at least 3 or 4 of them have been former governors of their states. Robbie Musokonkunso was a former governor of Kano State. Bola Tinubu, a former governor of Lagos State. Peter Obi, a former governor of Anambra State. Atiku Abubakar was elected but became a vice president eventually. So they talk about their profile, their track record when they were governors, and those who will say, oh, Peter Obi that you're talking about, under him, you talk about education system in Nigeria, under him there was a strike and on ending for about 13 months or thereabout. These are question marks that have been raised about the capacity of Mr. Peter Obi, and to think that those who have argued also that, look, a state, governing a state, is a different kettle of fish entirely to handling a very complex Nigeria.
Very good. I am going to talk about this, just citing what other people have said. The spokesperson of APC came here and he told you, Peter Obi is better than Atiku. And the reason is because Peter Obi was in a position to take executive decisions, and Atiku has never been. So that's settled. When you talk about Tinubu, you just say former governor. He has not held any other post except former governor. Good. He was there for 8 years. Peter Obi was governor for 8 years. So when you talk about capacity, to be very respectful to these gentlemen, they are men of desperation. They are not men of destination.
Because he has demonstrated that he is not just arrogantly ignorant of where the trap he has already put himself into, even as a lawyer. Speaking big grammar doesn't change anything. Fools can also speak grammar, and that is what Kenneth Okonkwo have demonstrated. It's unfortunate that he happens to be an Igbo man. You get the point? Because when they go like to do overdo, if others do 1 step, 2 steps, he go like do 3, 4, 5 steps to prove say him be Igbo man, proper saboteur. Not to Igbo, but to the entire Nigerian people who are suffering the impunity of this government today. I just hope that at the end of the day, Nigerians will realize that not those who are speaking good of you today will eventually turn out to speak of you, of good of you tomorrow. And that is the truth. But the ultimate is be whom you are. Today, tomorrow, and even yesterday. Let your goodness continue to sprout like that of Peter Obi. Like he was intentional, knowing fully well that he is destined for a place. And no principalities and powers, no kingdom of darkness, no matter how many falsehood and lying tongues they hire against him. But it doesn't end by just continuous lamentation, continuous elaboration of Peter Obi and what he got to offer to Nigerians. It all boils down on your readiness for the battle in 2027. It's not going to be an election. It is going to be a ballot revolution. And don't expect INEC to conduct an election for you. And that is the truth. So, let us all get ready with our weapon of warfare. Pick up your PVC and other necessary materials to ensure your vote counts. I rest my case. What is your take? Let me have it on the comment section. My name is Asutu Peters, your advocate for good governance. Bye-bye for now.